Oh, big up, big up. You weren't hearing me. Hope everyone is well. Big up to each and every one of you in the building. Big up to Mace Wilnex in the building as well. Big up to all of you guys coming in. Of course, there's a lot of news to be had tonight, and I've been telling you guys Bruno is going nowhere. Bruno is going nowhere. I will say it again. Bruno is going nowhere. It's not about the money. It's definitely about what's happening, guys. Big up to Biku, big up to Mace Windex in the building, big up to Rajat V in the building. Let's get in with some updates, some news, things that have been happening. Let's start off with a goalkeeper. There's been interesting news about Mila Skriniar coming in. Vila is his name, my bad. Coming in out of Italy, a young 25-year-old possibly to be had somewhere in the region of 21 million pounds. Manchester United are said to be very interested. It's going to be an interesting situation to see what happens with that. We're looking forward to more news on that. But the headlines today, of course, is Brian and Bremo. Guys, we are going to discuss Brian and Bremo. It's going to be interesting because, as you know, Brian and Bremo made Manchester United his priority this summer if he is to leave Brentford, and that's going to be an interesting one. I've got some of my buddies coming in the background, so don't forget to smash the like and subscribe and get your views in the chat. Now, Cunha is secured 100. We spoke about it yesterday. 62 million pounds going over a 3-year period, 20.5 million pounds per year. It's going to be interesting. That one, of course, we know he's going to be on something like 200,000 a week. That's another interesting price, interesting deal. Well, guys, it is what it is. But you know how it is, guys. It is what it is. And if that's the price, it's the price. It's a talented player. We all want to strengthen the squad, and he does certainly indicate some strength coming in a midfield, a player who can carry the ball well, can score goals. Let's see what happens there. There's also some other situations going on right now. Sorry, but that my camera is moving, guys. Of course, I'm using my cell phone, but I apologize. But anyway, other interesting news, Anthony is highly favored, said to be the priority of Thiago Motta and Juventus this summer. And Juventus are said to be preparing a magnificent bid for the young Brazilian, somewhere in the region of 45 million euros, what Manchester United have been asking for and are hoping will be a fee that will come in for the player. Now, guys, what I can say is, I like the player, but we need the money. And of course, if not Bruno, you have to sacrifice someone. So it might as well be Anthony. Of course, there's some interesting news. Inter Milan is very much interested in Rasmus Højlund on a loan deal. There's also interest coming in for Rasmus Højlund, and dare I say it, from Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid. Guys, they are also interested in preparing a loan deal option for Rasmus Højlund. What is going on with the world right now? Let me bring Drex in the building. Let's hear what Drex has to say, what Drex is thinking. Guys, welcome my brethren to the building. Let me just switch the scene really quickly. Boom. Right. Let's bring Drex into the building. Big up to Admiral Drex coming in. What's good, broski? Long
Yo, what you
you.
saying? Big up people.
Chilling, chilling.
Yo,
Guys,
man.
welcome Drex to the building. Let me know what are your thoughts. Kevin Donovan is saying Bremo will be a great signing. I can't say I disagree with him. I actually rate him more than I rate the signing of Cunha. But Drex, your
Bro.
thoughts, as you know, how do you feel? We'll
Bro.
start, we'll start with the goalkeeper first. Your thoughts. I don't know too much about the guy, but what
But
I've heard is good
from what
things.
from where I heard about is it Villa? How we gonna put this? Is it no
Vila,
Silas
Vila.
Villa, whatever it is. He's the, according to what I'm looking, he's the, if not the goalkeeper, he won the clean sheets. Right? Yeah, he was he had 16 clean sheets in 38 games. That's not bad. And if you look at, I was looking at his passes completed, he's just fifth in that list. We have Petrovic, Megan, the ones going to that Chelsea are looking at, Flecken, Sommer, and also there is this Villa guy, they're right there. But I don't know, for the department, for the goalkeeping department, as long as there is no Onana in goal, start the new season. I think
We will
I'm
be all
okay.
happy. I
I'll
think
be
we will
happy.
all be very happy if
Because
there's no Onana
Onana,
in
it's not
goal.
like, and I've said it several times, Onana is not like he's a bad goalkeeper, but he has too many errors in him, bro. He has too many errors. It was bought in for his for his ball playing attribute, right? But we hardly last season I hardly saw it. Every time he was under pressure, he just puts it into thin air and expects somebody to. He's not even finding anybody with those kicks. So for me, just get me enough of those ball playing goalkeeper. Get me a short stopper. Someone that I know when a ball is going towards him, I'm not thinking this guy might fumble. Like if you look against the game against Aston Villa, that game we were bossing that game until I know it wasn't Onana in goal, but until the goalkeeper decided to make a mess of that ball. If the referee didn't blow his whistle at that time, that's 1-0 Aston Villa, and everybody would come crushing down on Amorim and the players and even the goalkeeper himself for making such stupid mistake. But it's an area of the pitch that we need some sort of assurance, some sort of confidence going into every game, knowing fully whether if our goalkeeper will be able to hold or stop some shots coming his way. Look again against, was it Nottingham Forest? They were not in the game. Voila, one shot, Onana couldn't save the ball, and it was the back of the net. And that just allowed the defense just got rattled. And before we know, Forest put three passes in no time. So for me, this guy winning the Serie A goalkeeper of last season with 16 clean sheets, and he knows how to play with his feet as well. It should tick the box. From what I'm reading, Center Devil is saying that I think they say he's in. I don't know if you're using United to get a good deal right here, because they're saying he's demanding a new deal worth 4 million per season, something Roma
Mhm.
have yet to agree to. So we should be careful. It might just be a case where United's name is being used to actually maybe get a better deal
No,
from
well, from what I
from
have heard, there's serious interest because he's not the only goalkeeper. We're looking at for Jordan Wall and the guys who haven't heard you talking about Mille Spila or Silla, Spilar is the guy's last name. He plays in Italian
Roma.
Serie A for Roma. Very good young keeper, up and coming, 25 years old, somewhere in the region of 21 million pounds, 20 to 25 million euros. But there's also Joan Garcia. It's interesting to see, but I haven't said much because I know Man City is also interested in Joan Garcia. Man United has not made an approach, but there are some reports coming in that we are looking at two players in the Serie A right now. One is him, and the other is Omar Soler, who I spoke about, a centre back yesterday. Now, moving on from the goalkeeper, Drex,
Hmm.
interesting. It, Anthony deal to Juventus could see us net 40 to 45 million euros. I think, that would be interesting if that deal was to get done. Of course, Jadon Sancho has been sent back with a 5 million reimbursement for his
No,
services
but
this season. We're
I
gonna have
was
to
I
get rid
was
of this guy.
no, I was listening to someone earlier, and the person broke down. I don't know who it was. It was Ben Jacobs, right, on United View. He was talking about how it wasn't really, like, I was hearing that United didn't really get the loan fee for Jadon Sancho. The way he explained it made me realize, like, yo, 5 million isn't really something we're not even getting anything. It's just part of the whole loan deal and what's loan fee and what's not, right. But
Hmm.
yeah, but if with the performance he had at Chelsea, helping them win the Conference League as well and all of that, it, United should be able to get maybe a 20, 50, between 15 and 25 millions for him. knowing fully well, I think his wages was one of the his wage is one of the things that made Chelsea say, you know what, just you have to go, because we for that wage and for what you're offering going into next season, I don't think you will be a crucial player for us next season.
Bro,
And paying them wages is not it won't be worth it. So you might as well just pay that 5 M's that's in that clause and send you back and let United have the deal with the headache, deal with your headache, you know. But for United now, they need to be creative. They need to find a way to um move him out. Earlier today, I read a report saying United are not looking to integrate him back into the squad. Same goes for the likes of Rashford, right? So for me, if that news is true, then yeah, because it's just, what are we trying to do if we try to reintegrate him into the squad? It just messes up all that the coach and the new setup they've tried to do. If you can just sell him, just move him out. Even if you have to take a huge loss and just move him out. 10 million, 50 million. Take this whole thing of, oh, let him play and one of the 10 roles, substitute to someone, like let it be on the bench. Since we're gonna be selling Ganacho, we can have him on the bench. We need numbers. But for me, I'm looking at, we just have only one competition to play next season, which is the Premier League. And if everybody's been rotated properly, and the guys we are looking to get, I'm looking at their stats. Someone is playing 42 games, one is playing 38 games. If that's the case, the FA Cups and the Carling Cup can just be a case where we just get some of the youths to just give them time, you know? So, but Sancho for me is, I like the guy as a footballer, but he's done more. He's burnt so many bridges that I don't think he himself would want to come back into this team. You
bro, the
understand?
man said last week when he lifted that Conference League trophy, he's not coming back to United.
So, for me, my then his agents better get to work. So it's either they get to work, because it's either, if I like I said in the group, if I was United, it's not like I'm being harsh. If I was United, with all the dirty talks you've been doing on social media and in the public scene, I wouldn't give you visibility for the next World Cup year. I wouldn't try to give you visibility. So if that's his aim, then he wouldn't get visibility from United. He might as well just be in the reserve. And the worst thing that could happen? One of them things where he gets listed on the match day squad as substitute and don't get used. Don't give no visibility. So just, if you want to be, I want to run my contract down. You want to be disrespectful to the club and what's not. And United should just be like, you know what, we know you still contracted to us 1 year. This 1 year or two, we could do whatever we like, as long as it's within the ethical scope of the game. We could do whatever we like. So for me, the agent, you better get to work. If you said it's not coming to back to United, the agent should get to work. You should either start learning how to speak Arabic or some other language, and just find his way. He could go to
Are we did
Spain.
are we
He could
waiting
go
for
to
Bailey
Spain.
to he could are we waiting for Bailey to come true? I
Yeah,
don't know
he
what's
could go
going on
to
with Bali
Spain.
Tech. Bali
It's
Tech
not
said he
bad.
was coming through. I was supposed to start earlier, but you know it is. Big up to James Bond in the building, my Caribbean brother. Bro, study KG, bro. Right
So
now,
for me,
we have some
if he
interesting news to talk about. Let's move on to the Victor Gyökeres information that's coming out right now. Victor Gyökeres, not yet decided on Arsenal, not yet answering the call of Barcelona. Barcelona doesn't seem to be ready to prepare to pay the asking price of Sporting Lisbon in the way they would like to be paid. So they are not being even considered by Sporting at this moment. Whatever talks was there are not very moving along as well, you know. But does that leave room for a Premier League club to come in for the player? I know there's the likes of PSG always interested. They have Gonçalo Ramos up for sale. Manchester United has been said reported interested in that player as well. But what I can say is that Manchester United has a gentleman's agreement with Sporting on the signing of Victor Gyökeres for somewhere in the region of 64 to 69 million pounds. And looking at all that is happening currently as we speak, could Manchester United, because there have been reports that we had a $200 million purse. Could Manchester United make three statement signings and sign Victor Gyökeres along with signing Mbwemo? Because Mbwemo has made us his priority. Victor Gyökeres is the only last key, I would say, to the Amorim puzzle that would really make it all make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Jump in, bro.
For me, Mark, you know where I stand. This is not this season. It wasn't even last season. I think it was season before last when I went on Football Power Hour, and I said, if not for any reason, if United just don't want to sign this guy because they don't want, just sign him for that, get him because of that celebration. And I know I said, and a lot of people were laughing and we were smiling, and it was all comic at that time, right? But looking at his numbers this past season, bro, some dangerous numbers, man. Dangerous numbers. Right. So
Bali, you have it already, bro.
yeah, it's some dangerous numbers. So for me, bro, United should do all they can to get him. Except the man is saying, you know what, you guys are off my list. I'm not going to come. If he had said that, then United shouldn't bother themselves. We shouldn't be doing the Frankie De Jong kind of thing. If he had said to United, if he has told United, you know what, hey, listen, I know you want me. I know my previous gaffer is not in charge, but I don't want United. I don't want to come to United. I'm not sure. Just the same way Delap did what he did. I like the Delap guy, but he said he doesn't want to come. I'm like, okay, to hell with you. So if except Gyökeres has told them he's not coming, then United should still have one foot in that circle. Whilst they actually look at, okay, just in case things doesn't go United's way because of the position that we are in at the moment, then we
Hmm.
could actually get another other striker. We shouldn't be left with egg in our faces come the end of the window. Like, oh, we put all eggs in one basket and it didn't work out, you know? But
Well,
signing Gyökeres, brother,
broski, I will
brother.
say this much to everybody listening,
Hmm,
right? The interesting thing is that we was able to convince Wolves to take 20.9 million a year for the next 3 years, right?
hmm.
So technically, we spent 20 million. Yeah.
No, for
No,
me, I
no,
just,
no.
yeah.
Hammer.
Hmm.
If we got Brentford
Mm,
to agree to, let's say, 25 million this year, 25 million next year,
hmm.
we spent 55 million.
Yeah,
They said we had 150 million to spend before sales, right?
yeah, yeah.
69 million for Gyökeres.
Bro, we I feel like with the way we are moving right now, right? I'm not too I don't want to be giddy with this whole Mbwemo thing. I want to see some concrete some follow-up links, you know, in terms of big up Noah, in terms of the whole Mbwemo thing before I start getting, but if the likes of Cunha is done already, Mbwemo, if we could get to Mbwemo, bro, players like I don't know, but players like even Genacho, they might not be looking to want to leave because they'll be like, yo, this guy's actually building something here, you know? And even I know I was talking earlier today with you, like whoever we put up front behind ahead of these two guys, I just feel like that person would score. Even if we put if there's a Jay Z right there, Rasmus right there, if there is Mateta, see, for me, if we cannot get Gyökeres, we should get Mateta. That's me. I don't know, but I've seen Mateta 2 seasons now to know that okay, this guy hold his own in a United side. So for me, if we cannot get the man, the bad man, we should get Mateta. We should go get Mateta because that guy, he's already prem proven. So you see what he did for Crystal Palace 2 seasons in a row. So he's good to go. He's good. I don't know why the likes of Arsenal and you know why the likes of Arsenal and even Chelsea are not looking at Mateta. They're looking at, for me, Mateta suits Arsenal very well.
There's
Just
the
the
one
same way.
time I go and
Mm,
disagree with my brother Alien Tenno. I actually rate Mbwemo
no, no,
higher
no.
than I rate Kudus. I think Kudus had a really good season, but this season he was nowhere.
The only way I wouldn't say I'd rather have kudos, right? I prefer the Mbwemo guy, but I think I think with kudos, the team setup this past season wasn't all that to actually complement him. This season they struggled from Lipitogi down to Porter. They struggled. I felt like they should have just left David Moyes in charge this season, but whatever happened, happened. For me, the whole setup of West Ham this past season wasn't that great to actually make him flourish. But picking and I would take an Mbwemo. If you say wing back option, we could actually get an Mbwemo and also a kudos. But Ellen, I rather an Mbwemo because I rather have a Mbwemo over kudos. I think, and I can't even. I've been wanting Ahmad to be a right wing back, not the old 10. I know a lot of people are saying he could play 10, and I've said it countless times. Ahmad is not, he can play it, but he's not suited for the number 10 role. He is not suited. And I've said it several times.
Mm.
And some people have told me to my face, like, Drex, you don't know ball. Blah. I'm like, yo, I've seen Ahmad play on the right wing back position, and he tears it apart and that from that right wing back position. But when he plays the 10, he's a little bit restricted. It's not like he cannot do it. He's a little bit restricted. But so now that we're gonna have, let's say God willing, it happens. Mbwemo comes and we get an Mbwemo, we get oh my goodness, oh my, and we get an Ahmad on the right wing back. Oh my goodness, oh my! I just pray Ahmad can give us 80% of himself next season in terms of he doesn't get injured. But it will be
Bro,
peak.
what are
It
your
will be.
thoughts on what we've been talking about so far, Bali? I know you've been in the comments and stuff, but you know, where are you at? You start from the goalkeeper, because I know you was talking about if the goalkeeper is not good with his feet, is a problem in the system. But I mean, I don't really this season for me, Onana didn't show me greatness with his feet. Yeah. He was kicking the ball out more than buying there.
Before Belly talk, let me just bring out something here. No, when you talk about the man is not good with his pass with his feet, in the top 5 league of goalkeepers for last season, he is number 5. We have Petrovic, Mike, Megan, Flecking, Sommer, and he's number 5 with 1,004.
Who's up?
Sommer is 1,004. So when you say it's not really good with his feet, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I just feel like even Onana is not there. So when you say it's not good with his feet, we have to look at it properly. Big up Belly.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Yo, basically what I mean is in Amarin's system, when the team is holding on to the ball, sometimes they might go back to the goalkeeper in certain pressing situations when the opposition is trying to press the team or when they've cut off certain passing lanes, they have to default back to the keeper. My
Mhm.
problem is if you just get a keeper that's a purely a shot stopper and has nothing else to his game apart from stopping shots, when the ball keeps getting recycled to the keeper, that puts the team under pressure. Because if the keeper hasn't got good feet and he makes a
Mhm.
wrong pass, then the opposition can score easy goal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say that regardless of whether the keeper can stop shots or not, the keeper has to be good with his feet. So people have got it into their head that I don't care about all that. I just want a shot stopper. That's cool until you get a keeper that is shit with his feet, and then we keep playing the ball to him, and he keeps on putting out crap passes. So let's not say that we just want purely a shot stopper. We just want a better keeper because I think that's the best way forward. If we have a better keeper who's a better shot stopper and who is also competent with his feet, that makes for a better team rather than just saying we need a better shot stopper.
Fair enough. I just think this guy, however, is decent with his feet.
Mark, do
This
you
guy
want, do you
that they're
mind if I
interested
share
in.
something here quickly?
Mhm.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, can you see? You have to add it to the screen. Yeah. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Right. So like what Belly is saying, I really want us to have a good goalkeeper, right? This is the top 5 leagues, and the guy we are talking about here sits in number 5, right? I actually want this Milan service, the Torino goalkeeper as well. So Onana is sitting in 19 with 837 pass completed. So I know this is just one aspect of the stats that we're looking at, but he for me, he's at the price 20 to what we call it 20 to 25 million. It's not 25 to 40 million. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But like I said earlier before Bailey came on, we'd have to be careful if it's just a thing where the player and the players camp are using United's name to generate interest just to get more from Roma, because right now he wants 4 million according to report, but Roma are yet to agree to that. So, but for me he's an improvement on Onana. So
Probably.
I wouldn't say no, but I think he's a better keeper. I not going to play that down and not say it and be honest with myself. I prefer a better keeper any day of the week,
mhm.
and that's just me, bro.
Feels like is it me? It feels like you're frozen.
Hold on, I don't know what happened to my camera, bro. I need to refresh. I'll be right back.
Mm. You're a big up
Yeah.
mental. Yeah, Belly, go ahead.
As far as I'm concerned, we
Mhm.
need a better keeper anyway.
100%.
Onana is making way too many mistakes. He's a part of the reason why the team lacks a certain level of confidence.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, he is not all his fault, even though he has a massive part to play in it,
Yeah.
because the strike force is crap. If we had a half decent strike force, maybe that might give Onana a bit more confidence as well. But he adds to the shakiness of the team. The only thing I could say is that apart from his shakiness, we need a keeper with maybe not the same amount of confidence that Onana has at the back, because his confidence when he has the ball at his feet is ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. However, we just need someone who can play passes out from the back, because the ball's going to get played to him more often than not, um, under pressure. And that's it, really, because I remember back in the day that David De Gea, that wasn't his strong point. And the type of team that we have now, I don't think he could play a part of that team. I know there's some De Gea sympathizers, many of them in our team, and many of them in our fan base, right? They love the guy. And yes, I loved what he provided when he was good. But when he wasn't good, and the deficiencies
I think the
were
deficiency
more
was always
prevalent.
Luke Shaw. Just me. Just me.
Pardon?
I think Luke Shaw was part of the deficiencies of the goal scoring in the team whenever he played, but that's just me. For the
Yeah, but
last 3 or 4 seasons.
I'm just talking about the keeper purely, because we're on the topic of the keeper. Um,
Billy, 1 second, 1 second. Mark, I've got to go, guys. Guys, I've got to go. Don't forget to
Big
hit
up,
the like
Josh.
button. Yeah, man. Support the community. Support your brother up here. Big up, guys. Billy, sorry to interrupt. I am so
no,
sorry.
that's good. That's good, bro.
Big up, bro.
All right, take care. Um, yeah. So I lost my sort of train of thought. What were you trying to say, Mark?
No, well, I was saying like I'm on like the gear and thing, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, even with Onana, I could sympathize in some situations because, okay, when certain moments, just like you expect a keeper to save, you expect a defender to react. You know what I mean? And Luke Shaw kind of kill Onana in that game. Yeah, with that deflected goal he do. He score. Yeah. That make we lose to Tottenham.
Yeah,
Not
but he
only
should
that,
have
but
saved it. He should have saved it though.
yeah, but beyond that. This is not the first time a situation like that happened with Luke Shaw. Many times, many own goals, many bad challenges. For a player who's been at Man United for 11 seasons, this is season 12. He's the most senior player in the Man United squad, bro. In
Yeah,
terms
but
of
I think
longevity.
because of his selection, I think that's the one that I would put on the manager. Like, why are you bringing in a brother who hasn't had the greatest run of games? It's not like he was putting in man of the match performances all the way up until the final. Like, in fact, yeah, he wasn't playing that well, and I don't
He
think
only played
the
2 games as a substitute. He started the one game against this team, Leon. No, Betis. When we come back, when we were already through, he started the second game, like at home.
yeah, I don't think his recent performances justified a spot in the final. Um, yeah, okay, cool. Mason Mount scored 2 goals, but apart from the 2 goals, that's all he did as well. And I don't think that justified his selection from as a starter in the final either. But I think the manager's selections on that day was down to him. You live and die by your decisions. I think he started the wrong team personally, um, and it is what it is. Other than that, obviously, you said at the top of the show that we're keeping Bruno, and while that's all well and good, yeah, because I've come on there and said I think we need to sell Bruno, but that's not because I think Bruno's a bad player or anything, and that's not even because I really want him to go, because I would like him to stay, yeah. But I think it's clear as day that the club has some financial issues keeping Bruno on the wage that he's on, and also fair enough, where we've pulled some money out of the back of the couch somehow to get Cunha, and it's looking like Mbwemo. But if come at some point of the transfer window, if they're saying we have to sell to buy, or we haven't got enough money for Gyökeres or whatever, or we haven't got enough money for a midfield position or another goalkeeper, then, in my humble opinion, what I said initially should stand, that they should sell Bruno for the greater good of the squad. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather build a much bigger, better squad with multiple competent players in the team rather than get a few competent players and then hold on to Bruno. Like, because then, to me, there's no iron team. There are better that we can bring. I would rather bring 5 or 6 players, good players in that are gonna come straight into the starting lineup and play, rather than bring 2 or 3 and then hold on to Bruno. I'd rather not
Hmm,
do that.
I
I'd
agree.
rather cover all the danger positions that we're lacking in rather than holding on to him. So don't get me wrong, he's our captain, he's a talisman, he's performed quite well this season. We're putting him into the number 8 role in the midfield. I don't. I'm not saying that he can't play that role, but I'm saying I would love a player who's a specialist in that role, who's gonna be top level in that role. I think he can be decent in that role. I don't know about top level. So there's a few concerns with his role in the team now, because I don't really think he suits both the roles. I
I
think
have
we're
a
kind of shoehorning him into the team
well,
because
I have a contradictory out of this world idea that I think gonna happen, but I don't want to say I want to say it, but everybody gonna tell me now. I think
okay,
Cunha gonna play the 8 role and Bruno gonna play the 10 role. But I just me. That's what I think gonna
Nah,
happen.
that's not gonna
I know
happen.
you're not going to agree with that, but I
No,
just feel
it,
like that is
it's
going to
just
be
not
what
gonna
going to
happen.
happen. But I just saying it. I just saying what I feel, bro. If you disagree, it's all well and good. No problem.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I just feel like that is a possibility that we need to
So
look at.
why would you sign Cunha,
Bro,
who
he's good at carrying the
played?
ball,
Yeah, I hear
driving
that,
from
but
deep.
I'm saying,
That's an
why
eight
would you
role.
sign? No. He never played 8 in his whole career. Why would you sign Cunha, who you said was a striker? Yeah, you said he's a striker, a failed striker at that, who was now converted into a number 10. Yeah, who started to thrive in the number 10 role, and then he comes to Manchester United, hearing that they need 2 10s, yeah, which is what's been put out to the fan
Bro,
base, and
there's
now he's
no
gonna play
planet.
number
There's
8.
no planet, right? I want to establish this, right? There's no planet, realm, football team that guy would start ahead of Bruno in the number 10. I just putting it that way. I'm not saying
Okay,
that this no, I'm not saying that I want that to be the case, because I wouldn't mind Bruno playing in the 8, he playing in the 10. I just getting a feeling that they're gonna do some kind of crazy madness like that. This is
I
just
don't
me.
think they're gonna pay 60 odd million for him to sit on the bench. So
Brother,
No.
I'm not saying to sit on the bench, but if they put Cunha in the 8 and put Bruno in the 10, and I just saying, just imagine that the 6 not going and go forward at all. He just wants sit back. So it will be Cunha, Bruno, and somebody else rotating and balancing with him and going forward. You never know, it might work. I
But the
looking at it
problem
as
is,
a
Mark,
plus.
yeah, big up everyone. The problem is Bruno's not a rotational player on the pitch. He's not. He goes AWOL. He invades other players' spaces.
I
If you
mean,
look
that's
at
not
you look at the
entirely true.
Paris, look at the Paris Saint Germain game. The
Bro,
discipline them
they
players have.
don't play the same way. And in the Paris Saint-Germain team, Dembele, just roam throughout the pitch. He don't even go back and defend.
Bruno ain't got that skill, though, has he, of
No,
Dembele?
but Bruno might
Let's
be a
be honest, he
Dembele.
hasn't.
But if it's just my opinion, yeah, a
Let me
coach coaching a
hypothesize
team for
this to you
32
guys.
games
Yeah,
and Bruno
right.
roving through the pitch, that had to be the coach design. That's not Bruno, that's the coach.
Let me
Because
put this at this moment in time. Let me put this scenario in your heads, guys. Yeah. Let's say we've signed Cunha and Mbwemo. Both are very similar players. So to me, buying the both of them makes no sense. Yeah. So okay, we've bought both of them players. One, where does this leave Kobe Manu? Yeah,
was a,
because
as
Kobe
a def-
Manu and a holding midfielder, so he's either he's too good to be a
but he's
bench
not a
warmer.
10 either. He's
No,
a midfield. He's played midfield all his life.
yeah, okay. So let's just say this: first game of the season, currently now as it is, first game of the season. Imagine this: Onana in goal. Probably the back three would be Delit, Yoro, and Mazarawi. Left wing, right wing back would be Ahmad and Dorgu. Yeah. Midfield at this moment in time, you would say would be um, Casemiro and Bruno, and then you'd have Cunha and Bueno and probably Xerxes up front. That is suicide football. That is suicide football right there. Because soon as that midfield moves forward, one diagonal ball will crucify them. Seriously.
Bro, I
It will
wouldn't say
just
that, bro.
crucify them. We haven't
I
got
don't
the
know. I
legs
can't
to
predict that
get
right
back
now because
in it.
one, Kobe Mainoo not go and do anything better in that midfield and Casemiro and Bruno playing in that midfield role. And that is where his best role is because a lot of people like to talk about Kobe like a 10 when he never played 10 in his life, bro.
No.
Yeah, the only time he played 10 was on Namarim. Yeah, he always just play a holding midfielder hybrid 8 role, even in the academy for years and years and years. So I'm not
Well, the
stressed. I
thing is,
think Kobe
Mark,
Manu
the
need
thing
more
is,
time to
the
develop. The same thing
position,
with Ahmad.
the
The same thing
position
with,
Bruno
with
will
men
take.
like Collier. I
Yeah,
think they
the
need more
position
time.
Bruno will take will be taking Kobe Mainoo's spot.
Yeah, but
So
Kobe Manu
it is
cannot
the
bench
scenario,
Bruno.
right? And
There's no
here's another
world
picture.
where Bruno, Kobe Manu starts ahead of Bruno in any team in football. There's no world that happens right now.
Yeah,
Not
but
in terms of form, performance, or
I'm
talent
with
right now.
Valley on this, yeah. Right, Mark, listen to me. Bruno's contract finishes in 2 years' time. He can walk away for free. He's 30 years old. Now is the time to sell him. We've been
At
offered a
30
crazy
years old,
amount of money to,
is the best performer
yeah.
in Man United team.
He's not. Stop.
He
You know,
is.
if you want a midfielder, yeah, like Bruno, to bolster the United's midfield, here's one attribute Bruno doesn't have, and he does not have it. He has not got the physicality to command a midfield. He
But
just does not have
but
it.
when
He
Bruno
gets
not in
brushed
the team,
aside
we are
easily.
disorganized. We never win a game without Bruno. So
We do.
all this talk
We do.
about
Yeah.
Bruno to
Hey,
organize the team,
Mark,
that's
excuse
madness,
me.
bro.
Europa League final. Bruno was the guy who lost the ball where Spurs went on and
Bro, the
scored.
Europa League
And what did he do
final,
after that?
Mason Mount
Nothing.
should have
He
never
done
been on the
nothing.
pitch. Luke Shaw had our own goal. Yeah?
He done
Luke
nothing.
Shaw,
Bruno
who is
done
a
nothing after that.
12-year veteran, and he's the reason the goal score. He and Mason Mount, because Mason Mount lose the ball first. Yeah? Bruno pick it up, the guy fouled Bruno, and they didn't call it, went on, and Luke Shaw delivered the ball to the back of the
So
net.
okay then. So the thing is then, okay then. So this means then if we keep Bruno, we get Cunha and Mbwemo, and Bruno's going to, apparently drop back a little bit more. I don't think Bruno's a 10. He hasn't got the skill to be a 10. He hasn't got the patience on the ball to be a
But
number 10.
since when a
Yeah.
number 10 is a patient footballer, I never see, in my honest opinion, it had different types of number 10. Francesco Totti wasn't patient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaká wasn't patient. Messi was not patient neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
it's like
Messi
for
used to
me,
take the
when
ball
I look
deep
at some of the
and put
greats,
through
they wasn't
teams.
patient. Zidane might have be a patient 10. You know what I mean? It
But,
might have certain men who's patient 10s, but
okay then. Okay then. So it is the scenario. You're gonna you're gonna sell Kobe Mainu and maybe Dango because there's nowhere for them to fit in. This is the
what?
same
I mean,
scenario.
these guys not
Excuse me.
playing every
This is
game,
the same
Peter.
scenario that Dean Henderson found himself in. That
Yeah, but
he's
Dean
good enough to
Henderson
play.
shit
You're
on
not going to
United,
play.
bro.
You're going to
He
keep a
can't come back to
30-year-old
United after he
player
disrespect
who
the
you can
club.
get £100 million for, and in 2 years can walk for free. When he walks away for free, which he will do if we don't sell him, all the promising midfielders we've got now will be sold and be balling somewhere else. You're then back to square one where
Peter,
you're looking to spend a shitload of
I
money
don't
to get
understand that I
midfielders
don't
back in.
understand that, bro, because we are United. It had many players, worse players retire at Man United than Bruno Fernandes. What's so bad about Bruno retiring at Man United? Yeah. I don't know what it
I
is,
just
bro.
don't think he's the
Like,
future, Mark. Do you? I
but
mean,
what you mean? He
so,
carrying Manchester United for the last 5 seasons. We have nobody else in the team
yeah,
that
exactly.
doing
Yeah,
anything.
and look what we've done
Name
in that
one.
time.
Name one player in Manchester United team that doing something that if Bruno goes, he could stand up. It have none. Because if you want to call
Yeah, but
Ahmad,
he's
he's only
holding.
play half a season and he
He's
injury prone.
holding. He to
He's
what you
holding
said
players
just
back.
now, right? To what you've just said now, right? If
Yeah,
he stays, he's holding the club from actually addressing that situation. So, as
yeah,
an example, if he was to go and they got 100 million, 150 million, whatever, at least they can go out and get a top player to play that role, right?
So
yeah,
we can't
And
just sell a player.
I'm not saying somebody who they've shoehorned in there because they
yeah,
might get a few goals or assists. I'm talking about somebody who's tailor made for that role coming
yeah.
in already with the speed
Yeah,
and the
but Cunha is
physicality
not tailor
and
made
the
for this system, and Mbwemo is
I
neither tailor
promise
made for this
you,
system.
they done the data analysis on
Oh
Cunha. They
my
ran it.
goodness. Two brothers who
I
never
promise
played
you.
the
Yeah.
system.
They're not just
Never.
they're not just picking this guy blindly.
Hello,
Oh my
They've run
No.
God.
the data
I'm not
and
saying that they're
hello.
picking them blindly,
listen.
but
Let
between
me
me
just
and you, we know
mm.
that they're not made tailor made for the system. They might
Hello.
be able to work it well in the system.
But
They
what
might
but
thrive in
you
the system, but they've
so you
never
tell
played it
me
before.
No. Wait, hold on. You tell me why Cunha is not tailor made for this system.
Because he never played it before. And before
So
this
what was he
season,
playing? What was he
before
playing
this
at
season
Wolves?
in Wolves, he
Yeah.
never
What
play a back three,
Hello,
bro.
hello.
What was he
Hello?
playing at Wolves?
Well,
Bro, this Wolves first season playing a back three, bro. Last season doesn't play no back
And
three.
did he or did he not play well? Was he not
Okay,
a
but that's at
standout player for
Wolves.
Wolves?
Yeah, I don't understand. That's at Wolves.
So
No
what
one.
then?
It is
Man
Wolves,
United,
bro. It
Wait,
is
hold
Wolves.
on a second. Man United have just started playing this system this season, yeah? We're not even in the
Bro,
realm
all I
of
am saying, I'm not
hold
saying
on,
he not gonna.
let me
I'm not
just
saying
land
he
what I'm
gonna
saying.
flop, you know,
Let me
bro.
just
I just said he
land what
not
I'm
tailor. He not tailor made for the system
let me just
either.
land what I'm saying before you
And
get
it's the
defensive.
truth,
But you haven't even let me land anything,
bro.
and you're
You're
already
landing
getting
a
defensive.
point,
You're
and is he
already on
still?
the
And
back
I still
foot, and I
talking
haven't even
facts.
said anything.
But
I haven't even
you're not
said anything.
disputing the facts
Okay,
that
you
I
talk
just
then.
stated.
No, but I'm
What
just
I said
saying
is a
you
fact.
might as well talk then. You
Matthias
might as well
Cunha
talk.
is not tailor made for the system. Neither is Mbwemo, and that is a fact.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
you're right. You're right.
Valid.
All right, you're
Also,
right.
can I just segue this in quick? Also, people want to keep Captain Bruno, the guy that's led us to our worst ever Premiership position.
That he didn't lead us to that. Amorim lead us there, bro.
The
Why you
chat.
looking to blame Bruno
Right there,
for a
Bruno played
coach
most of the
that
games.
have one idea and one plan for a game model and week in, week out getting dropped up by teams? The man lose to Spurs 4 times and you blaming Bruno.
The chat want to know
Yeah.
how Cunha and Mbwemo are not tailor made for the system. They want to know.
Bro, the chat don't want to know that because everybody
No,
know that they have never played this system. And
explain
Bemo
it.
never play a back three
Okay.
in his life. He never play a 2-10 formation, neither.
So that
Same
means
thing with Cunha.
so that
Cunha not playing
means
in a 2-10 formation.
that means he can't. So that means he's
I
not
never
tailor
said
made
he
to play in the
can't.
role.
You
But
see,
you've
this is
just
the problem
what?
with you man them. You man them like to say
Mm,
things, and when you're wrong, you want to be strong. All I
who's
said
wrong?
was he not tailor
Who's
made. I
wrong?
never said he can't do well, or he might not do well, or he might not do great. I just
You
said
just
he's not tailor made. So the argument for Bruno is the same for
But
those
how
two
do you
players he
know he's
just
not
spent
tailor made?
120 million on.
What is tailor made? What's the meaning of this? How do you know he's not tailor made?
Bro, unless he grew up playing that sporting system under Amorim, he not tailor made.
No, but
The end.
surely the
The end.
people,
If he didn't grow up playing that a back three system, he not tailor
surely
made.
the gaffer will know if a man can play his system or not that he's bringing in. No,
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I've been
Let
waiting.
Omo talk now. Let Omo talk.
I'm gonna start off by saying, Mark, you're 100% wrong. We don't get that out of the way. You don't have to respond. You don't have to respond. You don't have to respond. You are 100% wrong because first I came here to rant about Bruno staying. Then he came here moving into Cunha. Doesn't play the three. Doesn't play the.
He never play a 2-10
I don't
formation.
listen. We're not buying players for the 3-4-3. You know that, right? We are buying good players. Period. Good players. That's what
That's
we
not
are
the
buying.
argument Bali was having, bro.
But
So by the
we
way,
are buying good
you
players.
just proved my point as well. Thank you.
Wait. Don't go too far, Mark. We're buying good players. So Cunha can be playing this 3-4-3 system. Since I'm Mbwemo, they can't play it. Why? Because they're good players. They don't have to be born in the system. All of a sudden, you're going to say, oh, Quenda played 3-4-3. Because again, when Amorim left Sporting, what was Quenda playing? 4-3-3. Why does Quenda don't want to come here? Because he doesn't want to play this 3-4-3 system. So you're not going to tell someone because the player is born in it, he has to play it. Nah, it doesn't work
I
like that.
never said that. I
I know.
said,
I'm telling
hear
you,
what I said. Hear what I
Mark,
said.
Mark,
Don't
Mark,
twist
you don't
it,
have to
bro. Cause you
respond.
twisting it one
You don't
way,
have to
he
respond.
twisting it the next way.
You don't have to respond. We bought good players, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We bought good players. Because shout out to Ineos. And now onto Bruno, I'm going to blame Ineos because I don't know why you're gonna keep this guy around. This guy, listen,
Yeah.
this guy's the enemy of progress. We are trying to rebuild, and he wants to stay in our rebuild. Get out. Get out. I don't know why the Ineos gave him the key. Like, oh, if you want to leave, I don't know if you want to leave. Get out the club. We're trying to rebuild here.
Bruno
You
is
bought
the
Tuna.
biggest player
No.
that
I
you
don't
will ever
care. I
see
don't
at Man
care.
United for the
Listen,
next 2 or 3 seasons, bro.
listen. To me, is Bruno world class?
World class. He's the only world class player in the team.
I'm not arguing with you, Mark. I'm not arguing with you. You don't have to respond. You've answered. Bruno's world class. We move on. There's nothing else to say. We move on.
How come no Premier League team wants to buy Bruno.
Every Premier League team want to buy Bruno right now. Man
okay.
City,
My thing is,
Bayern Munich,
they
Real
didn't want
Madrid,
they knew
everybody
was
want to
available.
buy Bruno. What?
They knew was available. They didn't put a bid in, but Saudi put a bid in. My
Brother,
whole point is
Bruno
this.
was never for sale. I don't know what
Enough
people
for
think
sale.
he
Then
was
why did Saudi
available
put a
for.
bid in?
Only
Saudi,
because Saudi put me with a bid. Bro, if Bruno was on the market, every top team would have put a bid in
he
for him,
was
bro.
on the. Listen,
Bro, listen, yeah.
if people really wanted him, they'll put a bid in. You know how transfer. You know how we got Mbwemo. We
Bro,
talked to
nobody
Mbwemo.
betting
No.
against Saudi,
Mark,
bro.
you don't have to respond. You
Nobody
have to
is
respond.
betting against
Mark, you don't have
Saudi.
to respond. I have all the answers already. I don't need
Stop
you to respond.
talking untrue
Mbwemo.
things,
The
bro.
reason why Mbwemo's come to Manchester United because we agreed with the player. So now we have to agree with the club for the fee. For Bruno Fernandes, Saudi came to the club like, hey, is Bruno available? It's like, sure, talk to him. They talked to Bruno.
No, the club didn't. No, they didn't do that, bro. Guys,
So
they can't do
where they
that.
go?
That kind of imaginary conversation you
No,
trying to
Mark, you
imagine,
don't have to respond.
bro.
I
That is
know how this
failure. You
went.
see what you
Mark, you
talking
keep
there
on
is failure.
adding your thing.
The club never did anything like
No,
that.
you're
Don't
wrong.
even
You're wrong.
begin.
You're wrong. You're
Don't
wrong.
even begin to chat that shit here,
Saudi came to Bruno Fernandes. They said,
bro. They came to Bruno
after
Fernandes. He
the
said
time
no.
in
He
Saudi.
said no 2 weeks ago.
No.
Yeah,
After the time in Saudi,
and lazy
no,
media,
Mark,
lazy British media tried
no,
to
you're wrong.
carry a story on until the club decided to say, you know
You're
what,
wrong. You're
he's
wrong.
not for sale.
When Saudi talked to Bruno again, like I'm trying to
Bro,
say,
listen, he said no 2 weeks ago.
Mark, I'm trying to.
Don't believe me. Don't believe me,
Of
bro.
course, I'm not gonna believe
Yeah,
you. Of
believe
course, I'm
all
not
the
gonna believe you. We're gonna move
Twitter
on.
and MCPMB and all of them brothers who just be
I
looking for
know. I
clicks.
know. Listen,
Don't
I'm not
believe
gonna
me,
lie. I
bro.
have those people
Yeah.
blocked.
No, I'm just telling you. He said no 2 weeks ago. It wasn't
Yeah.
just the other day.
Mark, you're
The
trying to
meeting
act.
he had with Saudi
You know,
was 2 weeks ago.
no,
I just telling you.
no,
I just telling you.
no. Saudi talked to Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno said, "No, I want to stay at the club." My thing is, if Ineos were serious about
Ineos can't want to do nothing, bro. Ineos have no credibility in football, bro. What are you talking about?
no,
Ineos have never done anything successful in any sporting
because again,
venture
Bruno said in
in
the
history of
interview.
sports.
Bruno said it from the interview. Keep trying to ignore facts. You're trying to ignore facts.
I'm
Bruno
not
said in
ignoring no
the
facts,
interview, they
bro.
said no.
If Ineos really
What did the
wanted a
interview say?
rebuild,
No.
then
Don't
Amarim
tell me
should
about
have
Ineos.
won the
Don't
Europa
tell me
League
about
final.
Ineos.
The end.
Mark,
You
you're going too
cannot
far.
just because you fail to
No,
win your
Mark,
money to
you're going
fund
too
your
far.
rebuild. You want to
You're
sacrifice a
putting
man.
emotion into it.
That's your
What did Bruno
failure,
say in the
bro.
interview? What did Bruno
That's
say in
your
the interview?
failure, bro. And listen, and I will be so real. I'm a huge Kobe Menu fan, bro. But this season
Well,
he
I
was
don't care about
abject
Kobe Melo.
shit.
What are you
And that
talking
had
about?
nothing to do with nobody else but him. You
What are you
understand?
talking about
He
Kobe
was
Melo
a
for?
shit
You're going
player.
too far.
Yeah. It's the same thing. I just say it about
But
players when
Mark,
they
I
the
have
thing
your
is,
time
though,
today.
the thing is, guys, Manu isn't an
We don't care about
Amarin
Kobe
type of
Mino.
player,
It's
though, is
about
he?
Bruno Fernandes
Yeah,
and how he
I
said
don't
no to
even
Saudi
know
Arabia. And
because,
talk
bro,
about
he
Kobe
too
Mino.
slow to play the number 10 role. He can't outrun
You're going too
nobody
far. You're going too far from the topic of what I was saying. This is why I said I didn't want you
because
to
it
talk
was
about
crashing, bro,
the
and
number 10 rule.
burning.
You're talking about Kobe Mino, talking about number 10 rule. We don't care about that. We care about the facts. And Bruno said he doesn't want to go. The option was up to him.
That helps our rebuild
Why are you talking? Let me talk.
because the likes of Shea Lacey will
Let me
learn to
talk.
be world class from Bruno.
You always adding to it. I'm not even landed yet. I didn't even land yet. Could keep adding to
Bro,
the point.
nobody want to go to Albuquerque,
Hey,
bro.
now back to what I was trying to say for the longest to the listeners was that Bruno Fernandes said, "No, I am not going." And look, he said it there. He said it. He said Manchester United. I said no. So to me, I'm looking at Ineos. Like Ineos, if you're really serious about this rebuild, you will not put the option in Bruno Fernandes' hand if you want to stay or go. You will sell him.
Yeah.
You
Bro,
will sell him.
I just want people to
In there, and you try to
understand.
ignore the
Bruno
quote.
come out and had a statement and talk about it, and I'm glad Ray Carl posted it in the chat. Manchester
Yeah, Mark,
United
no.
did not want
Chap,
to
can I
sell
just say
him.
this quick?
Not
Can I just
no,
say this,
stop.
guys?
Before you
Yeah.
start talking, hold on. Because Manchester United, according to Manchester United, Bruno is not for sale. You hear what I'm saying?
That is
They
false.
did not
Yeah.
need the
Yeah.
money. This is Bruno words to the media, bro. This is not mine. Yeah? I just want all you to understand. So all the imaginary talk, all you talk about Bruno keeping me back is the club. But because Bruno said it, bro, if the club wants me to go, I will go.
Well, I
Yeah?
mean, you got to look at it this way, guys.
No,
Yeah.
but I
You're
mean,
agreeing with
the
me. This is
club
what we've been
did
trying to
not
say
want
for
to
the
sell him.
longest.
Hold on, Olmo. I'll let you rant and rave.
I've been trying
The
to say
club,
this, and
the
now you said
facts
what I said.
remain.
Go on.
Bro, the facts remain that the club did not want to sell Bruno. They never wanted to. All that talk was aggregators trying to hype up the fan base. Yeah? And no, and because they get called out now, people
No,
want to blame
wait,
Bruno.
wait, wait, wait.
Bro, people
Did
like
Bruno talk to Saudi or not?
MCMTMB and
Did
Alice Talks Football and these
Mark,
people
did
all they
Bruno
just
talk to Saudi
hyping
or
up
not?
all day, bro. Stop
Mark,
listening to these
Mark, I
people
have a question.
fabricating for
Mark, I have a
clicks.
question. Did Bruno
Stop
talk to
it.
Saudi or not? Did Bruno talk to Saudi or not? Yes or no?
He
Bruno,
did,
the
yes.
Saudi approached his agent and he said no 2 weeks ago. I'm
Okay,
telling you the facts.
that you
2 weeks
again,
ago,
you
not
agree with my point.
yesterday,
You
not
agree
two
with my
days
point.
ago,
So you're
not a
talking.
week ago. 2 weeks ago, he said no, broski. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. All the news was just pure media clickbait. Clickbait, bro. Yeah, this is the facts, the cold hard facts right here.
To the people listening out there, Bruno talked to Saudi and he denied
Two
Saudi.
weeks ago. 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago,
yeah, yeah.
Saudi call and asked
I'm
his
not.
agent
We're not.
if he available. No.
Bruno talked
You,
to
yeah,
Saudi and he told
um,
Saudi no. But my thing is, if Ineos were serious about this rebuild, if Ineos was serious about this rebuild, they
If
will not.
Ineos. Okay, well, let we get
Wait,
into the
wait, wait. Why
bottom
you
line. The bottom line is the club
you're trying
not
to hide the
making the
truth from the
decisions that you
listeners?
want them to
Mark,
make.
Mark, why are you trying to hide the truth from the listeners?
I'm not hiding the truth. The
I,
club
I
did not want
think
to sell
If you're
him.
not, then you not interrupt me because I'm trying to tell the listener the truth.
I
That
think
What is the
what you
truth?
guys not understanding is that Inzaghi, the Inter Milan manager, has gone to Al Hilal, yeah,
yes,
and he doesn't rate Bruno. Read between the lines. All of
Brother,
a sudden, now Bruno's not
Inzaghi,
going there.
don't rate Bruno.
No,
it could be
don't
that.
rate him.
It could be that as
Brother,
well. Because again,
bro,
I
if
look.
Inzaghi didn't rate Bruno, why Al
Yeah,
Hilal offering Bruno 700K a week, bro? I don't
yeah.
understand. That's madman
And
talk.
again, this is the point I've been trying to make for
Bruno
the longest.
reject
That
Al Hilal. So what you trying to tell me is
so
that
so so
Bruno
so
didn't
Aliyah
go
offered
because
Bruno money.
Inzaghi was going to
So
bench him.
Aliyah
Ma-
offered Bruno
uh,
money.
they've got Inzaghi in as manager. They're
So
saying
what?
to
So you telling
Inzaghi,
me
"Hello,
Inzaghi
what
go and
players do you
bench
want
Al
to
Hilal
profile?"
biggest
And he
signing?
turned around and said to him, "I don't want Bruno Fernandes." All of a sudden, the deal's gone dead, and
No,
now
bro,
they're
that's not what
backtracking and
happened.
going,
The deal
"Bruno
didn't go
never
dead.
wanted to
Al
leave."
Hilal was rejected. Don't try to twist
No,
it to say that
no.
Al
I'm
Hilal
not
take
twisting
back the
it. They're
deal.
the facts.
That's
Peter,
They're
not
the
the
facts.
facts. The facts never take back no deal. They was rejected.
Peter,
I'm
Bruno
sure
Fernandes
Bruno can
rejected the
do a
Al
good
Hilal
job in
deal.
the Saudi Pro League, though.
yeah, I think
I'm sure he can do a good job
Bruno
there.
rejected it. I don't. For me, for his own reason
I
why
saw it
I
other
don't
players who
understand. I don't
deserve to
understand
be doing a
why
job
he
in
would reject
Saudi
it
rather
in the
than
first.
Bruno.
And I don't know why.
There's amateur footballers that could do good in Saudi Pro League.
I
But
I
it's
don't
mean,
know
what
why.
even
I
Ahmad
don't,
would
what it
I,
probably
is,
do
Pally.
better
It's
in
what the
Saudi Pro
manager
League,
wants,
bro.
though, isn't it? If he's profiling players for this style of football, you could beat Pele. If the manager doesn't want, thinks you can't fit in what he wants to do at that club, he's not going to take you, is he?
Yeah, but I
Forget
think
about
it's a bit
that,
different
the
in the
player.
Saudi Pro
no, I
League.
think Saudi Pro League is just by
They're
saying
trying
by
to
network.
promote their league.
Yeah,
So I think the Saudis are more in charge than the management. I
Yes,
think that they're trying to promote their league. They're trying to get eyes on their league. So it doesn't, in essence, it doesn't really matter who wins the league because they own all the teams. Yeah.
yeah,
All it is a tool to promote tourism in their country. That's
yeah.
why they're taking over all the boxing, all the football, the F1,
I
all
think
the horse racing, everything.
Rumbles over there. It's just a it's just a promotional tool. And for me, when I see Bruno Fernandez, I'm like, why would he reject that for his own reasons? I do not know. And like,
Anyway,
I'm like,
guys,
I'm
let's
a real.
get back to Man United. Yeah, we've got Cunha, Mbwemo, Bruno. Yeah, we need to get rid of Ericsson, Casemiro, probably Kobe Manu's going to leave. Where does that leave Mason Mount? These are the issues that are
Bro,
at
we need
hand
to
now.
get rid of
I
Mason
think Mr.
Mount
Mount stay
first. Luke
For the
Shaw
England quarter.
second.
Homegrown. Mr. Mount stays for that one. I think Kobe Mino is a question mark, but I think he stays. I think Ganacho.
Mason Mount is the most shit on I ever
Yeah,
seen a
we
Man
don't.
United shirt
Again,
team.
you're talking about emotion, and again, to move forward, I think Mr. Mount stays. Ganacho goes. Ganacho,
So
Rashford,
you selling Garnacho ahead of
Anthony.
selling Mason Mount?
No, Mr. homegrown. Like, what you do know? You
That
know
no one's going to
what,
buy him
right?
out now, are they?
Bro, you's an enemy of Man United
I'm not an
winning
enemy.
things, bro.
If I'm an
You's
enemy
an
of Manchester, now you're the one
enemy,
that want
bro.
Bruno to stay. So again, you could know where the real enemy is. I just from football. I
Big
took
up to Rachel Brown with
and
all the
my thing is
support for the
like
channel.
my thing is our rebuild. Our midfield rebuild is stuck right now because there's Bruno Fernandes, there's Casemiro, there's Mino, there's Coiler. That's the only Ugarte. That's the only five there. And the people that
I
could
Yeah.
just
play that
wanted to
role, none
highlight
of them could play that
with the
role properly.
comment.
And if they
Hold
want
on,
to go out and get
Hold on. I
wait,
just
no,
wanted
wait,
to
wait,
highlight with the
no,
comment. I
don't
have
hold
to
on
read
me.
the comment, Olmo. It's respect to the
Oh,
comment.
I
I
apologize.
have
Go on.
to. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember,
They
boys,
got
by
that.
the end of the day, it's Amarim who didn't want Bruno to go. If you back the manager, it's Amarim who wants him to stay.
No,
Big
no,
up to Rachel Brown.
it's not up to the manager. To me, it's up to Ineos because when I see these signings match with the data. That's the one thing people are ignoring. This Cunha signing, this Mbwemo signing. If you look at the data, these are data back signing, and I could see like boom on most take-ons,
Bro, listen,
Mbwemo's right
football
there.
not played on paper,
No,
no played
no,
on a
you're
computer.
trying to
This
ignore
is not a
facts.
video
Again,
game.
let me finish.
I like the data,
Let me
but I
finish.
like my eyes. Yeah.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Because again, this how Ineos signing.
Nottingham Forest built a whole team around data.
Yes,
Yeah, go
what
do your
right now
research.
is
Bro,
being built
not
on
none
data. The
Forest
same
sign
data
about 23
as
players, bro.
Chelsea, the
And
same
they've
data.
done better than us this season.
Yeah.
That's
And Cunha,
circumstantial,
They
bro.
used the
and
same
Mbeumo,
data to go
is
and
still
buy
data for
Anthony
me.
Elanga, and look what he done to us.
Bro, they buy him from we. We are the same
Yeah,
club who was rubbishing
exactly.
him. Men
And we
like
got rid
Olmo and
and
them
we
was
got rid of
rubbishing
him.
Anthony Langa last season. Were you telling me,
So
boy?
now that we go with Ineos
Certain men,
data,
them, listen, hear
we
this,
are going
I
with
don't want to
Ineos
go wrong
data
in
driven
circles
signing,
tonight,
and
but
Cunha
certain
and
man,
Mbeumo
them was
are
rubbishing the Langa and
because
other players, and when
on
they
that
see
whole
them
right,
balling at
because
other
again, another
clubs,
thing that
they
what's
talking
his name
about
like
blame the manager and blame this one and blame that one, when them was self was rubbishing the players last season and the season before. So me, I not go and say nothing, bro. The player go on to our next club and thriving. That's what he had to do. Marcus Rashford go on to our next club and thriving. That's what he had to do. Anthony go on to our next club and thriving. That's what he had to do because that's what men want. Mason
I
Greenwood go on
mean,
to our club and
I
have
mean, guys,
almost 40 GA. He thriving elsewhere. That's what fans wanted. They wanted that
if
because we had the option to keep these players and really force out the deadwood. But no, we wanted these players out as well because it was more important to save face than the deadwood leaving the
Yeah,
club.
if I
but
mean,
you
I'll just
can't
say
blame
this about
fans
Ballymena,
for
yeah,
who leaves,
which
goes, and leaves the
I
club.
agree with this. Yeah. If you're going to look at raw data, if you're literally going to look at raw data, Tottenham Hotspur finished below Man United in the league, were worse. Tottenham Hotspur beat Man United in the Europa League final. They're playing Champions League football, and we're playing just Premier League football. And
I
Spurs
mean,
went and
thank
sacked their
Cameron for that.
manager.
He lost to
So
that
if
same
you're looking at
manager
raw
4 times this
data,
season.
Amarin should be down the road.
Amarim lost to that
Seriously,
manager four
he
times
should be
this
down
season.
the
That should
road.
be studied, bro. Man, they want to blame the team, yeah? But hear this, right? When it was Ten Hag last season with our injury crisis, with 16 players injured, we were saying he have supposed to have different tactics for the players he have available and get results. He didn't
Yeah,
lose to no manager twice last season. Or, no, he
yeah.
lost to four managers twice last season. Four managers. This man lost to about 16 managers twice this season, bro. 16.
Amarin, yeah, yeah. And don't
Bro,
forget,
that man moving.
Spurs had two of their best players out for the Europa League
Bro,
final.
four.
So
Some was on the
Amarin should be
bench
down the
until the
road.
70th
Amarin
minute.
shouldn't be at Man United now. Amarin
Bro,
should not be saying, I want to keep Bruno. I want to sign these players. In my book, Amarin should be gone because you epically failed as a manager
brother,
at Man
I
United.
tell
You
all
had
them
one
man them,
shot
yeah.
at glory in the
I
in the Europa
no,
League, and
listen,
you
I being
epically
honest, yeah.
failed.
I being honest, tell you, if I was in that stadium, I would have rushed out my because that starting lineup, bro, it's criminal. It had to be studied. And
Criminal.
what that excuse he make when he blamed Garnacho for missing a chance 2 games before in the Europa League, the
Yeah,
player with the second most goals in Europe for Man United this season, that is a disrespect. That's
of
a
course it is.
disrespect to football and intelligence, bro. You make an excuse because you failed. Don't make an excuse and blame our
Yeah,
youth man, bro. You could have
that's
blamed
it.
Casemiro. You could have blamed Bruno for being shit. You could have blamed. It had so many different senior players on that pitch. You could have blamed
Well,
for mistakes.
bringing
That's
Kobe
why you
Mainu
lost the
on.
game.
You 1-0 down at half time, guys. Listen to this. You're
You
in.
make no
You're
changes.
under pressure. You're under pressure. You're under real pressure. You've lost what? 16 games, 18 games in the Premiership. Worst season ever. You're under pressure, literally under pressure. You're 1-0 down to a team that's clapped you 3 times already this season. If this was me now as the Man United manager then in that moment in time, at half time, 3 substitutes on straight away. Boom. Seriously, in your head, you're thinking, I've got to go win the game. What does this guy do? I'll sit there. I'll bring Kobe Mainu on with 2 minutes to go. Man, I was done. As soon as I seen that, I was like, you're not a
Bro,
Man United
that man
manager,
bring on
Andy. You
Garnacho
will
the
never,
78th
ever
minute and
be
then
a
blame
Man
him.
United manager. You're inside here. You haven't got it in the Premiership because your record shows it to me. You just haven't got it. Forget about the personnel. You constantly square peg the same round hole with the same formation.
Right through. That
And
man
you
played
just ain't got
Dallo.
it.
That man played Dallo for 21 games straight at left back, bro. But you had to be smart. Listen to me, fellas. I not say listen, and I go and be honest here. I don't want to sack Amorim, man. I want to give him a chance because I really, for me, bro, I not in the sacking, hiring, firing kind of. I not in that.
If you're
I'm a
not good
Man
enough,
United
Mark,
fan, old school. I like to keep it old school. Whether or not it work for other clubs, I like what work for we. We had a manager that take 2, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, 5 before he built a dynasty.
right.
Yeah. I was willing to wait 5 years with a manager before he built a dynasty again because that is what the recipe for United was.
So
Yeah,
who would have played left back?
bro. Any buy one. Yeah, back and he better off the right wing, boy. Man, them don't get me mad here tonight, bro. Yeah,
I'm just
it's
asking who would
transfers.
have
Let
played
me not
there.
argue about the squad. It's transfers. We're talking transfers. And it's late. You know what I mean? And to be honest, bro, want to be honest. I want to talk about the positivity of players coming into the club because there are rumors
Well,
that United might still make a play for Turkey. There are rumors that we definitely not close the door on Gyökeres. And there is possibilities that we will be hearing and here we go for Bayern and Mbwemo before the week is out because terms have been agreed with the player.
I
So
mean,
what's
And
the
the
right
point of
thing is,
now,
making a
guys,
move
yeah,
for
Brentford,
Chelsea?
right.
huh?
Listen to this. Go
What's the
research Gyökeres. Go research him. This guy, in the biggest game of his career, before he went to Sporting, went AWOL for Coventry City against Luton
That is
Town
small
in
thing.
the playoff. Yeah, he scored a few goals in the Championship, which is a barometer. Yeah, for players to like Liam Delap, for example, for Ipswich. Yeah, he went to the Portuguese league, and while he's got good numbers, people are gassing him up. I'll guarantee you this now, and I'll give 100 quid to anyone right here, right now. When he comes to the Premiership, this guy won't do jack shit because he is not that man.
what
Listen
what's
to me.
what's
He is
Jack
not that man, Gyökeres.
what's
He is
Jack
not
shit?
that man.
Give us
Seriously.
give us a figure of GA or whatever of what's Jack shit.
What's Jack shit? Go watch the Coventry game.
No,
For
forget that. I
Luton.
just want to know the numbers. Like, what would you class as Jack shit? So, like, what, 10
Jack
GA is
shit.
Jack shit?
Can't score
15
against the
GA?
Championship team. But
Yeah. No, I
you're
hear that. I
playing
hear
well
that.
in a lesser league, Portugal
Yeah,
league.
I hear
Forget
that. But
about
what I'm
spats.
saying is,
Forget about spats. Look,
yeah,
do
but
the eye
you're
test.
saying you want to bet someone 100 quid. So I want to take you up on the bet, but I just want to understand what the parameters are for the bet.
The parameters are he won't score 20 goals in the Prem.
He won't score
Guaranteed.
20 goals
He
in
won't. No.
in all competitions or the Prem.
Nah.
Just in the Prem, he won't score 20 goals.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
I
He didn't
feel this
score.
one
He
here.
didn't
Listen,
score
bro.
20
I
goals
man,
for Coventry in the
I man is a
Premiership.
I man said I man know Gyökeres didn't really do much in England
I
until
know
he
he
passed
scored
that.
18 goals in all comps in his first full season, and then he scored 22 goals in the second full season. So, yeah, I don't know if it was all in the championship or it was
No,
in some cup
it was in cup
games. Or,
games as well.
Okay.
I'm
Fair
talking
enough.
His
about
first
pure
season
league.
was in League One, also.
This guy, yeah, okay, he scored in the Champions League. It was it Arsenal or someone he scored against, yeah. But
Man
playing
City, I remember.
Man
It was
City,
against.
yeah, playing
How many
game
goals
in,
did he
game
score in
out
that
against
game?
the
How many
quality.
goals did he score in that game?
Ah,
I
trick.
think he scored 3. Yeah, don't get gassed by
Or
because
a
the
hat
guy
trick?
scored 3 goals in one game. Don't get gassed by that. This
Well, it was
guy
against Man City, innit?
consistently won't score in the Premiership, and I'll put £100 on that now, right here, right now. He won't
Okay.
score consistently in the Prem because he's not that guy.
But you think 20 goals, you think anybody who doesn't score 20 goals can't score consistently then in the Prem? So if he gets
But
18
well,
goals or 19
Barry,
goals, he wasn't
what I'm
consistent.
saying is this: the way people are gassing him up, if he's the real deal, yeah, if the way people are gassing him up, then I think 20 goals is the minimum, don't you? If
I
you're going to
think
put him, if you're going to compare him to a guy like
Bro,
Mo
if we
Salah,
divide
yeah,
the goals from
that's going to
Portugal,
elevate
if
you.
we divide the Portuguese goals this
expect at least
season
30
in
GA
half,
from him.
he's
I
scoring about
expect
30 goals plus, bro.
I expect at least 30 GA from him.
All comes, I could see that happening, to be
Yeah,
fair.
that's what I expect from him. 30 GA.
Yeah, but it's you know what? I don't follow GA, but if you're going on GA, this is
Goals
it.
and assists.
It's GA is in a lesser league. It's not the Premiership. You're
But
going off a
65
GA.
GA, boy,
Yeah, you're
65,
going
you
off a
know.
GA. That's in a lesser league.
That's why
That's
I
the
think
facts. You,
that's why I don't believe he scored what was it 54 goals this season and 12 assists. I
yeah,
don't expect him to get anywhere near that in England.
no
Yeah,
chance. No
but
chance.
but I don't expect him to be shit either. So I believe he will score goals. I believe he will do what he's doing, but the idea of him getting 54 goals like he did before with 12 assists, he might not do, but he can get something very respectable. He will be up there amongst the top scorers. That's what I think.
Yeah.
He'll be up
Bro,
there.
bro,
He might not be the
Haaland
top
never
scorer.
scored 30 goals
He,
in half season in his career.
Well,
And
yeah,
come to
pardon?
the Premier and score 44.
Carl Brown.
Say
Somebody's
that
just
again.
put a comment there. Let's so because look at Darwin Nunes. Look at Darwin Nunes' GA. And he comes to the
True.
Premiership, and guess what? The guy couldn't score
True.
in a brothel.
But
So don't get
but
gassed about GA. GA don't mean nothing.
the
They
thing
don't
is,
mean
yeah, the thing
nothing.
is, yeah, okay, cool. So, but listen to what I'm saying, right? The guy scores 18 goals in one season in Coventry, 22 goals in another season, leaves to Portugal, scores 40, I think it was like 43 goals in his
Yeah,
first season, then 54 goals in his second season.
yeah,
And you're saying that he's going to come to England and not score a lick of goals when he comes.
yeah.
All right, fair
I
enough.
don't know. Okay,
All
then
right.
we'll
Yeah,
It's
take
had,
it a
it's
bit
had
I don't
enough.
further.
want to
It's
take
had
it
Barry,
enough.
that
wait
Fair
far
there.
enough.
off, you
Let me
know,
say
but we
this.
go
We'll
drink it
take
in
it a
there.
bit further. The manager that managed Gyökeres, that got him to their numbers, won 3 league titles in Portugal, won how many cups, come to England, got banged up. Boom. There you go. There's your logic right there. If you're going to use that rule of thumb, look what his manager who made him has done in England. He's been bitch slapped from pillar to post. So
Yeah,
listen to what
but
I'm saying.
we never
There's the
had.
proof
We
right
never
there.
had.
Like,
Last year is
there
We
it is.
never.
totally different.
What team? What? And this is the same thing I asked Mark yesterday. Yeah. What team is gonna do anything? Yeah. What? Well, like, if we take the front three, yeah. Where
Brother,
did they go and start anywhere in the Premier League?
this same team win a FA Cup last
Just
season
take the
against
front
a
three. I'm not
champions
hearing
Man
that.
City.
Take the front
Against the
three.
Premier League
Take the
champions Man City,
bro.
King.
You love to
No, no, no.
slurp
I
these
just want
dudes
you to
off with no Jimmy.
understand that
Yeah,
in
you love
nine
to slurp
weeks.
these
No, no,
dudes
no,
off
no,
with
no.
no
I
Jimmy.
want you to
I just want
understand
to
that
know,
in nine
yeah,
weeks,
where do they start? Just tell
in
me the
9 weeks,
team. Why are you avoiding the question? I asked
what
you a
question?
simple question. Where do these men start in any of the other Premier League teams? I just want to know. Just name one team. Just name one.
So you saying Ahmad don't start nowhere in the Premier League?
No,
I
I'm
think
just gonna be
Garnacho start
real.
at Chelsea.
Who?
Yeah.
I think Garnacho starting at Chelsea every day of the week because they're willing to spend £65 million for him.
Boy, I don't know about starting.
But they're buying £65 million. You're not starting.
Bro, they buy so many players. What's buying a player now? Buying a player doesn't mean anything when you're going to
All
Chelsea.
right, Bresky. £65 million. Tottenham want to buy him too, so that's another place he could start. He better than Brendan Williams, however that fella
Yeah.
name is, by far. Let me just say that. I think he could give this fella Gordon a run for your money in Newcastle as well.
He
I
will.
just being
Garnacho will
honest.
get into Arsenal team as well.
I think so.
Guaranteed.
I think he better than Martinelli.
He
He
is,
offer him
yeah.
more than Martinelli.
I just think he
Okay.
needs to be coached
I,
properly,
I,
Garnacho.
I don't know whether
Well, he's world class then, isn't it?
I could tell you this, right? Here's
He's
what I
world
could tell
class,
you
isn't it?
right now. I do not. This season has taught me two things. One, I think the Prem is a little bit more difficult than Amarim actually thought. I think he was naive a very lot this season. And I
Yeah.
don't think he's as good as a youth development coach as people think he is. I think
So,
he's not on Ten
so,
Hag level when
so
it
who
comes to
does
youth
who?
development.
So
I
whose
don't think he's
team
nowhere near
Rasmus
Ten
get?
Hag in
So
terms
who?
of
Which
being
team does
able to
Rasmus
develop
get
youth.
into? Which
What's
team
that?
does Rasmus get into? Which team does Rasmus get into?
Well, like I was about to say, Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso are willing to send a loan option for Rasmus Højlund this summer, as Xabi Alonso appreciates the player. So let
I
me
think the
see.
Okay,
facts
He
are
would be
Rasmus
good.
ain't Premier
If
League
he goes
level.
on loan, it's between Inter Milan and Real Madrid. Inter Milan, who just played the Champions League final, yeah, and Real Madrid. So let
okay,
me
but does
see.
he? Okay, so they want him on loan. But what I'm saying is,
No, no,
where
no.
does he
You
start?
ask what team want him. He will get started the
I
team
didn't
at some
say that.
point.
I said
He
what
must
team does
start
he
a
get
game.
into? I
He
said
will
what
probably
team does
getting into Real Madrid because the
bro?
coach want him.
You're misconstruing what I said.
No, no, no. You ask what team he getting
I
into.
asked
Real
you
Madrid
what
coach want
no
him.
no no
Xabi
no no
Alonso
no
want
no
him.
no no. You're just talking about the teams that are interested in his signature. I'm
No,
talking
all right. So
about
let me ask a
what
question, right?
team. Wait, hold on. We're talking about starting lineups here. Don't move the goalpost, yeah? What team does he go there and starts in the Prem? Who?
He starting
Name a
ahead
team.
of Liam Delap any day of the week.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm
Get
telling you,
out of it.
any day of the
No,
week.
no, no. I'm
Any
gonna be
day of
real.
the week, he
I'm
starting ahead
gonna
of
be
Liam
real.
Delap,
I'm
bro.
gonna be real. Get
In
out of it.
Ipswich,
Liam
in
Delap.
Ipswich, Hoyland scoring 20, 30 goals in Ipswich all comes. With the amount of
Okay.
service Delap
Yeah.
is get
So
and
he
the
only
amount of
starts in
times Delap
Ipswich
has had a
then.
miss
So
Okay.
we
before he
only
score.
starts in Ipswich then. So we only starts in Ipswich then. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, that's where you want, and men they want to pay 50 million for Ipswich striker. Hoyland bargained twice as much goals in Ipswich in that Ipswich team
He
than
he's
Liam
he's
Delap
only
any day
going
of the
for
week.
30. He's only going for
Any
30
day of the
million.
week.
He's only
I,
going for 30 million.
I
Delap.
Yeah.
think the bottom line is, guys, oiling down a Premiership level striker. That's it.
I don't even think Delap is either. Fair
No,
enough.
I
I
don't.
think they're not too
I
far from
don't.
each other, but I definitely think Hoyland is better because in the last 3 seasons, he has about two or three times the amounts of goals scored. You know what I mean? And against better competition.
Mark,
Because our brother spent 2 seasons in the championship and scored 5 goals.
Mark, you're not serious because
Five.
But you've only mentioned one team again that he starts in. So he starts in
Okay, I
Ipswich
think he's
and no
starting
other
for
team.
any team in the bottom 10, in my opinion. Any
Or
team in the
like
bottom 10,
so
Hoyland could start
name the
for.
teams. Name the teams.
so
All
he's
the teams in the bottom 10, including Man United, Spurs. I think he will get a start at Spurs.
so
If
so
Solanke
So he's
was
better than
injured, he would
Solanke.
start.
So he's better than Solanke.
Wolves,
No, I don't think he's
West
better than
Ham,
Solanke. I
Everton,
don't think he's
Palace,
better than
So
Solanke.
so why are you
I
telling
just
us
said
he's
if
starting
Solanke
then?
injured, he will
stuff
start.
like
Why are you telling us he's starting then?
Mark, press that red
Because
button. Press that red button that says Milk Might. Press it. Because I gave this data a long time ago, last year, that Rasmus Højlund is the
Anyway, guys, I've got to go. Getting late.
big up,
Cheers.
big up
Thanks for having me on,
keep it
guys.
real.
Cheers, boys.
I
Nice
agree with
talking.
my
Great
bro.
chat, as always.
I
Have a
agree
good
with
day,
Freddie
everyone.
Red here.
Love, peace.
Hoyland will score
And,
goals in the Prem with better service
and
in
remember,
City
Mark,
and
England
Liverpool.
is superior at cricket to the Windies.
Never ever, broski.
All
Never
right.
ever,
See
bro.
you
You will
later.
never get that out of my mouth.
So you said the bottom 10, yeah. So he starts in Brentford, right? As striker.
Over
Yeah, but
Wisa.
Brentford don't have a striker right now.
Over Wisa.
What? So he's better than Wissa.
Wissa is not a striker, he's a winger.
No, Wisa is a
Oh,
striker. What are you talking about?
Wissa is a winger, bro.
Wisa is a
okay, cool.
striker.
So who's the striker there then?
Who's the striker then?
They
The
don't have
striker is
any.
Wisa. Move
They
on.
had a
No, don't
striker
argue.
before
You
and they
cannot
sold
argue
him to
here.
they
I
sold
told you I
him
have your time
to
today.
Saudi
I
and
told
they
you I
didn't
have your
replace
time
him.
today. Wisa is a
Wissa
striker.
used to play
Move
wing,
on.
brother. And
No,
brother,
no,
listen,
you're
I didn't even
wrong.
want to begin. Let me
You're
not
wrong.
argue this.
You're
Because for the
wrong.
last three
Wisa is a
seasons,
striker.
Wissa playing
Move
on the
on.
wing.
Next. I'm not having this today with you, Mark. I told you today I have your
Anyway,
time.
guys, we will be back
Wisa is a
tomorrow.
striker. Move. What
We will be back tomorrow
next time? I'm
with
not.
more.
No,
With more.
I'm not giving time to breathe. Next player on the list.
No, you know what? That's all. Hold on. Hold on. We will be back tomorrow, Olmo. It's I have work tomorrow. I have to go. But tomorrow we'll be back. Same time, guys. Between 8:30 and 9:30. Definitely look out for the live. You know, I forgot to let to tell Bali Tech that I was going live a bit late because I got home late, bro. The train was madness. Big up to Bali in the building. You will be there. I know you will be there
Yeah,
too as well,
yeah,
Olmo.
yeah, yeah.
Big
We'll
up
be
to
there,
Alien
bro.
10 as
I have your
well.
time today.
Big
I
up
have
to
my
Fred the
notes.
Red as
I have my
well.
data. I have everything. I have your time today. No, or your force. You're a force.
Big up to Raquel
I have your
Brown.
time.
Big up to Cash Return in the building as well. You know, big up to Sosa asking about Tech and that data. Yeah, big up to that one. You know what I mean? And of course, big up to Raquel for all the contributions. You know, big up to everyone. Big up to Jordan Wall as well. Big up to whoa, Tactical Devils was in the building as well. Big up to Box. Big up to Muaz Azmed as well.
Like,
Guys, big up to
wait.
GP.
Let me just quickly address the data thing, the data statement. Yeah, just type in Nottingham Forest data on YouTube. Yeah, it will come up, bruv. You will see all the information. Yeah. So
Okay.
big up to the brothers who are questioning my knowledge. Yeah, I don't just come on YouTube and start doing a mark in. Yeah, like I don't do that,
Violate
bruv.
me, boy. You don't
Yeah.
violate me on
I,
my
I'm not.
channel,
I'm not
bro.
trying to move the goalpost and that. Yeah. I'm talking shit that I seen. Yeah.
Bro, I am talking shit that I seen too. And this is why I said to you guys, and I keep saying to you guys, you should
Nah.
listen
When you
sometimes
said that
because
stuff about
just
Cunha, you lost me,
remember
bro.
all what I said, most of what I said is coming to pass. And I
Nah.
told you, man, them yesterday.
Do you
And
want
you,
me to
man,
tell you
them.
about the ones that you got wrong, or should we just move on?
Though we will talk about that tomorrow. But big up to everyone joining. Have a great night. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe for your boy Marken. And of course, you know my buddies, my pals. Big up to Olmo. Big up to Bali Tech. Big up to Admiral Drex as well. And everyone who joined us today. Have a great one, guys. And we will see you all tomorrow.